I think Paul Pierce's fatal flaw is just what he thinks of himself. Post-retirement, he's placed himself in conversations with the S-tier group of 2000 superstars, whether it's LeBron, Kobe, Wade, Duncan, or Dirk, when he's definitely a tier below that. I think he's rubbed some fans and some former players the wrong way with things he has said, but he's still very, very good. So let's go through his career with his accolade stats, longevity, peak, and contributions to winning. And for his accolades, Paul Pierce made 10 All-Star teams. Only 44 players in league history have that or more. From age 24 to age 34, he only missed one All-Star team, and it was in 2007 due to injury. He made 4 All-NBA teams, which is quite low just in comparison to his 10 All-Star appearances, but it's still an achievement. He also received MVP votes in 5 different seasons, with his highest finish being 7th in 2009. And for his stats, Pierce placed in the top 10 for points per game 5 times. He's 21st all-time in scoring, and also placed in the top 20 for steals per game 7 times. He's 24th in total steals. Pierce's longevity and consistency placed him on a lot of all-time statistical leaderboards. When he retired, he was 4th all-time in threes made, and even today he's 14th. And that longevity is some of the best of all time. He played 19 seasons, over 1,300 games, and was so good for so long. I know like the Brooklyn years on were not great, but that was a pretty shocking drop-off in 2014, because in 2013, for his last season with the Celtics, he was still like a top 30 guy, 14th in points per game that season. He had been a top 30 guy for the last like 15 years prior. You can think about the different eras that his career spanned across. In 2002, the Celtics make the conference finals. They beat Allen Iverson's Sixers, Ben Wallace's Pistons, they lose to Jason Kidd's Nets, and then years and years later, they're still in the conference finals, now going up against LeBron, Wade, and Bosh. A totally different era, but Paul Pierce was still a great player. And that goes into his contributions to winning. I mentioned the 2 conference finals. In total, he made 4 conference finals, played in 29 playoff series, and won 16 of them. In 8 playoff series, he led both teams in scoring, and in a separate 7 playoff series, he led the Celtics in scoring. He was just a go-to playoff scorer. And of course he wins the 08 Finals MVP. It's not a historically great Finals MVP, but he still leads Boston, scoring averages over 6 assists per game, plays good defense throughout the series. It's a very complete Finals. Overall, Pierce wasn't a superstar, but anyone would love to have him. He was healthy all of the time, he was very consistent, he shot the ball well from 3, he could get his own bucket with efficiency, he could facilitate and pass to his teammates well, he played really nice defense, he had his biggest games in the biggest moments, and he is really loyal to the Celtics. He is a top 60 player and close to a top 10 small forward.